I think ways to help people of color and people who are, in the minority to feel seen and to feel welcome. One way I think might be a little bit counterintuitive, but it would actually be to just name that, hey, we know that this is the case, that, predominantly the people that are leading worship, predominantly the people that you see in leadership don't look like you. And don't assume that you know what that feels like for the person of color, but just to name, hey, we see this, and this isn't our goal. This isn't, what we want our long-term picture to be. We're so glad that you're here. Can we learn more from you? I think, so one, just naming that, that this disparity exists can help people to feel acknowledged, because it might even acknowledge something that maybe they haven't acknowledged to themselves yet, this sort of wrestling or this sort of discomfort that they might feel in the space, in the community. So naming it is good. Building relationships. I think all the places where I sort of have grown have been places where people built relationship with me, like you do with anyone. And as you build relationship, of course, you see the gifts that that person has. You see the ways that God is moving, and you want to be a part of that. And so you name that and you call that out. But I think building relationship is a great foundation for that. I think the last thing I would say is just ask questions. Like, if you don't feel embarrassed to ask questions of a person of color, if there are things about their experience that you just want to know about, just ask. Also know that sometimes a person of color might not want to share with you in that moment, or they might that can also take a toll on a person. And so having just a little bit of grace for that. In all of these things, grace is going to be the most important piece. Having grace for yourself, having grace for others, as moving into sort of a new expression of church, a more diverse, a more multi-ethnic expression. It brings up all kinds of feelings, it brings up all kinds of fear, pain, and so we'll need just a lot of grace for ourselves and for one another as we're working our way through it.